breakfast options that won't upset your daily detox cycle. Hey, it's Zane here with you for Rock Solid Wellness, where my mission is to help you to think well, eat well, move well, and live well. If you're like me and you were raised to believe in the notion that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, it's really time to go back to the drawing board if you want to avoid fatigue, inflammation, and take the best care of your body and mind over the long term. You see, breakfast is important, but not in the way that it has been portrayed for the past 100 years, thanks largely to the promotional work of cereal companies that began with a company called Kellogg's back in 1906. Now, the belief that you need to load up on processed cereals and refined grains first thing in the morning really dismisses the fundamental wisdom of breakfast and how the body works metabolically. So here I want to remind you of what this breakfast wisdom actually is, and also offer you some tips and options to help you make the right choices when it comes to the first meal you eat every day. Now, the first thing I want to remind you of is that the word breakfast actually means to break your fast. Any fasting expert will tell you that breaking your fast requires some common sense, because it is a critical transitionary period where your body is shifting from rest and repair to refueling and consumption. Now remember that when you wake up, your body is still in the process of performing multiple important restorative functions, not the least of which is one of the most vital functions of all, and that is digestion. So when you wake up, your body is still in the relatively early stages of its digestive or eliminatory cycle. And not only that, because your stomach shrinks significantly during your period of fasting or rest, it's not the time to force down heavy, concentrated food. So, if it's energy, healing, and longevity that's important to you, and overall wellness, mind and body well-being, then understanding the fundamentals of cycled fasting or intermittent fasting, as is the main buzzword out there these days, and how this relates to breakfast, it's really, really important. So before I get into what you can potentially eat for breakfast, the main thing I want to hammer home here is this. When your body is in a fasted state and it has the bandwidth and the time and the space to reset without constantly being log-jammed with processing food, your body says, hey, I've got some spare time here. I'm going to hunt down and gather up extra debris in the body that doesn't belong here, and I'm going to clean it up. And the best time to prolong or support this process to occur is, of course, during the early part of the day. Why? Because it's when you're already in a fasted state, because you've just woken up from at least 8 hours of fasting, the period that you've been asleep, plus the time between when you went to bed and when you last ate, when you had dinner. So all you really need to do is to prolong that for a little longer to really get the benefit. And when you do finally decide that it's time to eat, I want you to focus on foods that are, number one, light on your digestive system, thereby allowing your digestive system to complete its function without disruption, or at least with minimal disruption. Number two, foods that won't be heavy in your stomach and that weigh you down, not just physically, but also mentally as well. It's one of the main causes of mid-morning brain fog, where we can't concentrate because we've had a heavy breakfast meal or too much sugar at breakfast. And also I want you to concentrate or focus on foods that won't cause your blood sugar to spike and crash and, cause you to look for a poor mid-morning snack choice, typically a muffin or a sugary snack mid-morning to keep you going through to lunchtime. It's a big mistake a lot of people make. So what can you consume first thing in the morning and not disrupt your body's natural fasting or detox cycle? That's question number one. Question number two is, what are some of the suggested foods that you can eat when you do in fact decide to eat your first meal of the day? So I'm going to be covering those couple of questions for you in the next few minutes here. So here's a basic breakfast framework that I like to use that I really feel will help to support your body's natural detox process, and it will enable you to receive the restorative benefits of being longer in a fasted state, and it will give you the energy you need to get on with your day. Now, if that sounds like a plan to you, then keep listening. Step number one is, when you rise, I want you to start with either lemon water or apple cider vinegar, diluted of course. Or you can alternate between each of these two each day. So day one, lemon water; day two, apple cider vinegar, and so forth. Both contain good acids which help to alkalize the body once they're in the stomach. Now, in their natural state, they are acidic, but once they enter the body, they basically cultivate an alkaline-rich environment, which is what we all want, because when our body is in an alkaline state, it's really, really difficult for sickness and discomfort and disease to manifest. Both apple cider vinegar and lemon water have cleansing antimicrobial effects. And even just a small amount of the pulp in the lemon juice, like the fibrous content of the juice that gets into the lemon water, actually is a prebiotic, meaning that it helps to feed good bacteria that is already in your gut, whilst the apple cider vinegar literally helps to cultivate or bring into your gut healthy, new, good bacteria. Okay, so the lemon juice acts as a prebiotic, helping to feed existing good bacteria in the gut, while the ACV, the apple cider vinegar, helps to cultivate new bacteria, good bacteria, healthy bacteria in your gut. Okay, so just a key little distinction there for you to realize. Now, if you're on a quest to heal any kind of fatigue, to boost your gut health, to lose unwanted weight, to increase your energy, your vitality, to clean up your diet, then either of these little protocols are a great place to start. And you should make them a habit as part of your everyday morning routine. Now, personally, I find that lemon water is a little easier, in fact, a lot easier to drink and more enjoyable and refreshing than apple cider vinegar, which is a little tart and even bitter. But ACV is definitely tolerable and something that you should add into the mix, for those extra benefits like I explained. So, and the other thing with ACV is that you can always chase it with water. Okay, so that bitterness or that tartness that you taste when you first drink it very easily disperses when you just follow it with a good gulp of water afterwards. Now, to make lemon water, simply squeeze the juice of a whole lemon into a glass or a mug, and then just fill it with chilled filtered water. And I recommend adding a good pinch of either Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt. Stir it briskly and then just drink it. Okay? To make apple cider vinegar, just add a tablespoon of raw organic apple cider vinegar. A good brand that I recommend and use is called Bragg's, Braggs, into a glass, fill it with water and drink. Now, ACV, as I said, needs to be diluted, and just a little bit goes a long way. So you don't need any more than a tablespoon, say, okay, into a mug. And if you find that you're a little sensitive to apple cider vinegar, then just stick with the lemon water, okay, and then come back to the ACV once you're into the swing of doing the lemon water every single day. Now, whether it be the citric acid from lemon juice or the acetic acid from ACV, both of these protocols, though slightly different in their overall benefits, essentially will bring good acids into your gut, which will help the stomach to break down food residue and to help speed up the process of elimination, which is what you definitely want during your detox or digestive cycle first thing in the morning. So step number 1 is to start your day with either lemon water or apple cider vinegar. Number 2, after your morning walk, and I hope you're doing that every single day, at least 5 days a week. So after your walk or your movement or stretch or yoga or whatever it is that you like to do to move your body in the morning, choose between either organic herbal tea or organic black coffee. Now again, both of these provide fantastic digestive supportive benefits because of their polyphenol content, their rich antioxidant content, but they're also virtually devoid of any calories, so they won't cause a metabolic response and thereby they won't break your fast. Okay, so even though you're drinking black coffee or herbal organic tea, you're still keeping your body in a fasted state. Okay, very, very important to understand that. When it comes to coffee, there is also mounting evidence to suggest that drinking black coffee in a fasted state in the morning actually doubles ketone production. Now, why is that important? Because ketones not only release fats or help to tap into your fat stores for energy, for not only your body but also your brain, but also doubles ketone production and also helps to suppress the hunger hormone known as ghrelin and raises the fullness hormone known as CCK. Otherwise, big word for it is cholecystokinin. Okay, so there's some really good reasons to drink black coffee or organic herbal teas first thing in the morning. My personal preference is black organic locally sourced coffee, and there's lots of reasons why coffee has long been revered for centuries as a morning drink, okay, because it really does help support the digestive cycle first thing in the morning and provide those additional benefits that I just explained. So step number 2, either go with the organic black coffee or the organic herbal tea. Number 3, this is a mindset. And it's a little mantra that I like to live by, and it's called eat liquids first. Okay, sounds kind of like a little bit of an anomaly or a contradiction, but essentially what I mean is that I want you to think that when your stomach is in the morning, it's essentially shrunk because you are in a fasted state. Okay, your digestive system has been doing its reset throughout the night. Okay, lots of really, really important metabolic processes going on, okay, digestion, nutrient absorption, etc. And it is a great idea for that reason, because of how important this cycle is, to break your fast by making your first meal liquid if you can, okay? Now, that's not to say that you need to do that every single day. I mean, I like to enjoy, some eggs on toast 1 or 2 mornings a week, particularly on the weekends. But it is a principle just to have foremost in your mind to embrace, I would say at least 4 and even 5 days a week. And you'll notice some really, really significant benefits if you can do that. Now, eating liquids first can mean a smoothie, a green smoothie or a banana smoothie, fruit smoothie, using nut milk if you can, some organic yogurt. It can be a coconut variety or it can be a raw organic, a dairy milk variety. And in summer, it can even mean, some juicy, ripe honeydew or melons, rock melon, for example, pawpaw, okay, or any other form of hydrating fruit. The point is that you want to be having liquids or fruits, something that is ultra light on your digestive system when you do decide to break your fast. Okay, they won't place excessive weight or pressure on your digestive system. And in the case of smoothies in particular, it'll help to keep you satiated or satisfied for a number of hours. So if you're one of these people who finds that you get hungry typically mid-morning, then probably a smoothie is a great way to go. Now, a few ingredients I like to use in a mid-morning smoothie, and often I'll make my smoothie before I head to the office, which is not that far from my home, but I'll typically make the smoothie before I leave. And if I'm extending my fast to 10 or 11 a.m., as I often do, I'll make the smoothie in advance, put it into a shaker bottle and or a glass bottle, and I'll take it with me. And then when I'm ready to break my fast, I'll drink the smoothie at the office. So a few ingredients I like to use include organic almond milk or coconut milk, frozen ripe banana chunks. So I go to the markets on a Saturday, I'll grab a nice big bunch of bananas from a local grower. I'll also add a scoop of plant-based protein powder and then 1 or 2 pitted medjool dates, organic medjool dates, which you can just pick up from Woolies or Coles. Okay, and just throw them in, and they really are nature's incredible sweetener and certainly won't raise your blood sugar. Okay, so optional extras include a tablespoon of raw cacao, or you can even add half a cup of organic cold brew coffee, which I like to do from time to time as well, just to mix things up. Now, number 4 is that if you're going to eat something solid for breakfast, so on those days where, you're not going to go by the eat liquid first principle, and it might be on a Saturday or a Sunday, you want to have breakfast with your family and, just enjoy yourself, then it's a good idea to avoid breads and cereals and instead go with a high protein choice such as a couple of organic free-range eggs, and then accompanied with, some sautéed mushrooms or spinach and perhaps some chunks of ripe avocado. And again, this kind of meal will really help to satiate you, okay? And it won't place excessive trauma on your digestive system because you're not taking in too many different macronutrients at once, okay? So you're not really loading up too heavily on complex carbohydrates and protein and fat at the same time. You're having your protein, which is the eggs, and then you're just having, some vegetables or, in the case of avocado, it's actually a fruit to accompany that. Okay, so there's not a lot that can sort of go on metabolically that's going to cause any kind of trauma within your digestive system if you do that. So you'll feel satisfied, you won't cause those out of control spikes in blood sugar, and it'll keep you going for hours. So the main takeaway for you here today is that what you eat for breakfast is not rocket science at all, but it does require a conscious mental shift from what you've probably been brought up with, as I was, or what you believe about breakfast being the most important meal of the day. So we really need to rethink that, is because breakfast represents the end of an extended number of hours of fasting, where your body is doing so much incredible restorative work and cellular recycling. You just need to treat what you eat for breakfast probably more seriously than any other meal. So in that sense, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but not so much in the way that, what we eat, but how we consciously approach breakfast from the point of view of how it is that we break that extended period of fasting and being really smart about those decisions. And when we do that well, you'll be supporting a healthier, happier digestive system. You'll encourage your body to begin burning fat as a fuel source because you'll become more metabolically flexible, and you'll reduce inflammation, and you'll go a long, long way to really reclaiming your energy. Okay, and if you're anything like me, energy is important. So these are all the good reasons to take breakfast seriously, and I really hope that you got some good, valuable insights and tips from today's audio. And really, I look forward to serving you in the next episode. Until then, it's Zane signing out. Stay strong and live well. Hey, it's Zane here, and thanks for listening. If you received value from today's episode and you'd like to see how I can help you at an even deeper level, I invite you to check out my Rock Solid Wellness online course and coaching programs. It's all about helping you to break through any limitations you may have and building strong, robust mind and body habits that put you in control. My at-home video course is a pre-recorded module training where we focus on boosting your mindset, nutrition, movement, and lifestyle. And if you'd like to work with me even more closely, I also offer group and private coaching to help you integrate the rock solid steps into your own life. To learn more about my online course or coaching programs, go to zanetruscott.com. Again, thank you for listening, and I look forward to serving you on your journey to rock solid wellness.